that we collected, even our stinkiest point, it's a demonstration that you can push through and go and win things.
But there's no guarantee. And this is what I'm saying. They ain't won it in 18 years. And we can try to use this finishing third as a template. But I don't think any person here, maybe you, D, but I don't believe any of us four believe Man United will be third next season. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't believe.
Okay. I think that. Right, so I've got a slightly different view. The reason why I think Arteta worked for us is because he understood our football club. I think Carrick understands Man United, and I think he's in that way. There's a certain level of charismaticness that he's able to get something out of players. Now, I think United have backed a lot of managers over the last few years and not got a lot of result. I think there's a clean-up job to be done there, and I think they can do very well. Because, again, when we were looking at Sesko or Gyökeres, I was quite open. I don't think I was in your group by this point, but at the start of the season, I was quite open.
You weren't, because I was trashing out differently. I was
very much saying I wanted Sesko because I looked at it, the longevity, the youthness, and for me, I looked at our set piece routines and the height of the boy and how high he could jump, and that was my first choice and preference. Okay, the way their seasons have panned out, I'm happy with Gyökeres, but that was my choice, right? I think that Mbeumo and the other brother that they got there, they got something that they can work on up front. If Carrick is backed, they've got the Champions League football to dangle to attract the right types of players. If they do the right type of business, they can hang around. I'm not saying they're going to go.
Is there a world-class player in that Man United squad?
Maybe not. Bruno, but there was none in the Leicester, and they still won the league.
They'll tell you Bruno, isn't it?
End of the day, it's how you put teams together sometimes, like, and I think it's how you put teams together. And I think for me, like I said again, that was our main rivals throughout my childhood. Right, I'm approaching 40, so I look at what Man United stands for as a football club, like as at one point being the biggest team on the planet, right? Yeah. In terms of revenue, everything else. So to put on that shirt, you start getting players who understand what it means to play for a football club like that. They can go on and do things, because sometimes your naming and nostalgia can carry you through in dark moments if the right people are around to do that. Definitely. That's in effect what Arteta that's the type of energy he brought back. This is the Arsenal.
Because I know they're losing Casemiro next season. Casemiro's not staying, is he?
No, he's gone.
Nah, he needs to go.
They got loads of players that are not good enough.
But then you see what that's not a bad thing. He's done what he can do for that football club. Won a couple of trophies there, and that's a big wage off the books that you can go and get some other players in and refresh it up. And even let's go back again. I sound like a United fan here, but what was one of the best things about United? Even at their very best, at their very strongest, winning everything. When Fergie was there, every 2-3 years, he'd refresh it up, refresh the coaches, and he was always improving the squad and the players, even at their very best. And I think that's what United need to get back to doing.
No, I do hear you, but I just don't trust Man United. I've seen this story before with Oli. I've seen them go get Pogba. I've seen them go get crazy players, and I don't know. I don't know about Carrick. I just feel this is a new manager bounce. That's just what I feel. And
it's simple, Blacka.
He's got it all to prove. He's got it all to prove. I'm not saying it's done.
Yeah.
But this season, when United did have the fixture piles of 3 games in that 1 week, I think he drew and lost. I think he lost.
He lost to West Ham. Or drew. He lost to Newcastle and drew with West Ham.
Yeah, bro. Let the injection of European football.
Champions League. Playing PSG. Then going to Anfield. And then next week you got Barcelona, then Man City. Imagine those 4 games. They're gonna get hamstring injuries, bro.
You know what? Yeah. At the end of the day, listen. This is the same team that got knocked out by Grimsby round 2 in the League Cup. The same team that got knocked out by Brighton 3rd round of the FA Cup. Like for me, like man can't forget where you lot have been this season, bro. You lot are only playing 1 game a week, literally, bro. While all the teams around you. Every single team around you, bro, is literally playing European football of some sort throughout the season. Again, with what Carrick come in and done, bro, respectfully, anyone could have seen that team needed to go to a 4-3-3. Like, everyone was saying it. You get what every man and his dog was saying, bro, United need to just revert back to the 4-3-3 and just go back to basics. So now Carrick's come in and done that. I just feel like, when there's just a bit of that toxic air, that bad cloud that's just around the stadium, that's gone now. And it's just a breath of fresh air for the players. They can play their football again. They're playing the right football. The players are in the right position. Maino's back in the team now. Like, Morel's back up. They're riding off a high. But now you've got a pre-season now you got to lock in.
And what about when a bad patch is gonna eventually like, it hasn't happened now, but the bad patch is gonna arrive. And with that Champions League football, like with us, I remember we had no European football, and then we finished 5th. That season, there was some very good football. We should have got top 4, but it was a blessing in disguise, because next season we finished 2nd. I just feel that Champions League, I feel like if they was in the Europa League next season, I feel like they would have a better chance, because they could rest a lot of players. You can play a second string team, have your set lineup for the Premier League. But I just don't know, because remember, these same players have never played Champions League football, and Bremo's never played Champions League football. Cunha hasn't played. Bruno has even played Champions League football. I swear I see something. Max Diamond's played more. No, sorry. But there's a lot of players that just haven't played. So the recruitment is going to be key. If I am going to change my mind and be a bit less harsh on Man United, because it's always going to come from a place of hate because their fans are insufferable. But if I'm going to be objective, I need to see their summer. But as of now, and from what I've seen from the past, this just seems like a new manager bounce. So it's going to be interesting to see. We're going to see. I hear it.
But remember, I did say that this is where we agree. I did say the summer is key, right? Yeah. But then on top of that, I further agree with you that the Europa League would have definitely been the better competition for them to go to. However, I think with how bleak and dark things were looking internally and externally with the pressure, to finish 3rd is a shot in the arm that I think just makes the club believe again. And I think you kind of look at that bad pictures. All right, we forgot who we were for a little while, but we still are. That is still us. Even
but they think they're going to challenge though.
But
the 30 players, they're long gone. So they're not.
No, I'm saying the fans think they're going to challenge. This is my issue as well.
They're not challenging anything.
No, but this is what they think. I'm sure you stream with Man United fans.
I'm in another group and that's what I'm hearing. Like, watch, we're going to be on your next season. Yeah, you might win it this year, but it's going to be us next year.
They'll be 7th or 8th next season because with their if they keep Carrick. Because they're going to have European football. They're going to have more games than ever. They already played 40 games last season. That no big team does that. No big team has the possibility of playing just 40 games. That means they're going to have more physically. There's going to be more damage. Yeah, more injuries, more physicality. They're going to have to rebuild that midfield because Casemiro's gone. Garbage isn't good enough. So they have to rebuild their midfield. Their defense is still not good enough as well. Let's not even get like that defense. The only good thing about the defense is Lemon's the goalkeeper. They still need to kind of update that defense as well. If they don't get the right recruitment in the midfield and defense with an amateur manager that Carrick is, it's going to be a long season next season. Honestly, I wouldn't keep him personally. I think it's sentimental to keep him. He's done nothing to deserve the Man United job for a long term. For me, I'm the kind of person that says, "Cool, yeah, you did a good job for 6 months. Thank you for steering the ship. Now let's get someone serious in that can bring in the players to improve us to the next level." That's what I would do.
Oh yeah, it's also his first year in Champions League as well.
Mate, I just think with some of the managers that's available as well in the summer, I just feel like if you're Man United, you just finished 3rd, which by the way, at the start of the season, if you'd have told them Arsenal and City are going to finish 1st and 2nd, you lot will finish 3rd,
Snapping that. Snapping that.
Above Liverpool?
Shake it. Shake it, Dillz. They're snapping that hand.
Do you get me? So for me, great season for them. But how you push on now, like Afrikan King was saying, is all right. We can't stick with Carrick because respectfully, Carrick leading Man United, that doesn't scare anyone in Europe. There's no European manager that's going to look at a Man United side managed by Carrick and think, yeah, I'm going to have problems on my day. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I don't see that. So for me, United, for the club that they are, like what AFC is saying, bro, even how I've grown up off of United's always been that team, innit? Yeah. Even when we was up there and we was at our heights, we was battling out with United, bro. It was the United Arsenal era, it was the United Chelsea era. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I have to give United credit where it's due because they've been in the mix. Do you get me? And then when Man City came into the fold, that's when. But even then, it was Man City and United, and for a little bit, so credit where it's due. Now push on, go and get a name, get a serious name. You've done the Amarins, you've done the Ollies, you've done the Carricks, you've done the
Tanags.
Bro. Go and get now an established name. Let's get Man United back to where they need to be in it. Like I just think, that would have been made more sense. But to be fair, Carrick, bro, he's beat Arsenal, he's beat Chelsea,
he's earned his shot. He's earned his shot,
bro. Like
I get it. He's almost done too good a job.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not give him?
Maybe he has overperformed, lads. Maybe he has overperformed. But what I'm saying is he's earned his shot, right? And I think, I am also someone who, one of my biggest criticisms, particularly, it doesn't really happen at the top, right? More happens like with the relegated teams. You remember we went through that area where certain managers just kept on getting recycled.
Yes, Roy Hodgson.
Yeah, I'm not with that. Like, I want to see different coaches coming in. Like, even you had that guy, Will Still. It was funny because I think he came to Southampton. He absolutely bombed. Sacked. But he bombed. But I'm for that. I want to see more coaches coming through. I want to see different ways to see the game. And like, when it's happening away from my club as well, I've got the added insurance if I could just watch. If it all goes wrong, I can laugh at it. Or if it goes well, I can be like, rah, well done you. So at my club, I want something a little bit different, but you know what I mean? For them, they can do what they want to do.
King, let the people know where you can find you, man. Let the people know, man.
Yeah, man, Afrikan King Academy. Love for having me on as always.
Yeah,
propaganda machine, man. Big up everybody. Yeah, you need to start doing more streams though. I'm gonna lie.
Nah, I'm back.